In the spring of 1979, a quiet industrial city in the Soviet Union was struck by a devastating outbreak of anthrax, a deadly infectious disease caused by the bacterium Bacillus anthracus. The source of this outbreak was not tainted meat, as the Soviet authorities had claimed, but rather a catastrophic accident at a secret military facility known as Compound 19. On April 2, 1979, a plume of anthrax spores was accidentally released from the ventilation system of the clandestine bioweapons plant, located in the city of Sverdlovsk, now Yekaterinburg. The deadly cloud drifted for miles, infecting and killing at least 66 people who lived downwind of the facility. The true nature of the incident was shrouded in secrecy for over a decade, as the Soviet government maintained a veil of deception, blaming the outbreak on contaminated meat rather than acknowledging the accidental release of a biological weapon. It was not until the early 1990s, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, that the full story began to emerge. In 1992, a team led by Harvard researcher Matthew Meselson was finally able to investigate the site and interview survivors and victims' families, piecing together the details of the disaster. Meselson's investigation revealed that the anthrax strain released in Sverdlovsk was a highly virulent form, likely developed as part of the Soviet Union's extensive biological weapons program. The researchers were able to obtain samples from victims and analyze the genetic makeup of the pathogen, confirming its origins as a bioweapon. The Sverdlovsk accident was one of the largest inhalation anthrax outbreaks in history, and a stark reminder of the dangers posed by the proliferation of biological weapons. If the wind had blown the plume of spores directly toward the city center, the death toll could have been in the thousands. The legacy of the Sverdlovsk disaster continues to haunt the international community. Despite the Soviet Union's accession to the Biological Weapons Convention in 1975, which banned the development and stockpiling of such agents, the Sverdlovsk incident and other reports suggest that covert research into bioweapons may have continued in secret. Even after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russian authorities have been reluctant to grant full access to the facilities involved in the Sverdlovsk accident, raising concerns about the potential lingering effects of the program and the possibility that some of the research or materials may have fallen into the wrong hands. The Sverdlovsk disaster also highlighted the challenges of responding to and containing the spread of deadly pathogens, especially in the context of a cover-up and lack of transparency. The slow recognition of the true nature of the outbreak, the difficulty in identifying the source, and the challenges of decontamination and treatment all contributed to the high death toll. In the aftermath of the Sverdlovsk accident, the international community has worked to strengthen global biosecurity and biosafety measures, but the threat of bioweapons remains a persistent concern. The decoding of the anthrax strain's genome, which revealed no evidence of genetic manipulation, has provided some insights into the Soviet program's strategies, but many questions remain unanswered. The Sverdlovsk disaster stands as a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of the weaponization of microbes and the importance of maintaining a robust global system of oversight and accountability when it comes to the development and use of biological agents. As the world continues to grapple with the threat of bioterrorism and the potential for accidental or intentional release of deadly pathogens, the lessons of Sverdlovsk remain as relevant today as they were 4 decades ago.